One of the things that I find with companies is that they don't write in a problem solution format. That's a problem when you try to do SEO. The reason why it's a problem is because people type in problems and are looking for Google, Yahoo, and MSN to serve them up solutions to those problems. Sometimes it's a bad idea to be so brand heavy, or sometimes, or you want to bring a new term to market. Well, that's great, but what if everybody else is searching for it in another way? And if you're not comfortable using those words on your page, on your web pages, you're going to end up setting yourself up to make life a lot harder. So the first thing I want to get into is what I believe is the cornerstone of any SEO campaign. So people usually want to talk about PageRank and links and all that, but none of that to me really matters if you don't first figure out what kind of keywords make the most sense. So how many of you use Google Insights on a pretty regular basis? Okay, it was good to see a couple hands. If you're not raising your hand, then now's the time when you better make sure your pen works. So you look at the word billing software, right? And I'm doing this search in the United States only, and that's a pretty bad trend, right? In the sense of the search volume is going down. And this is consistently since 2004. So this is how you can have a top ranking, and that top ranking can stop driving sales. So what happens so often is people will get a top ranking, and the first thing they do is they start doing one of these, you know, reaching behind their back and, hey, look at me, I got a #1 ranking. Who cares about a #1 ranking? If your #1 ranking is for the word billing software, accounting software I just used, and the search volume is trending down like that, take the hand off your back, put it on the mouse, and load up Google Insights to start getting some ideas on where is that search traffic going. Are people stopping searching for my product or service in general, or are they changing the way they search? When I did work for Barnes & Noble, I optimized their site from middle of 98 till the middle of 2001. We got them #2 on Excite for the word shopping, right? Now think about that. The word shopping in 98, huge. Why? Because you didn't know where to go shop online. Now a word like shopping would be horrific for somebody to rank well for because it's way too generic. We don't know what that person is looking for, right? So this is what happens when the search traffic for a term starts to trend down. It's because as people get more advanced in how they search, they're searching obviously more long tail, they're searching other types of words, and if you still have your hand firmly planted on your back because you got a #1 ranking for a term, you're going to be missing out on the trends that are rising. Another quick thing, and this is maybe to get in the search mindset, I always say you got to start training your eye to look through things in a different lens. So when I looked at that first chart, not only did I see the downward trend, which all of us saw, the thing that I'm wondering if any of you saw is, do you see this little uptick around January, Q1 every year? Consistency, right? Even though the overall trend is going down, you basically can put dollars to it that come January for the word billing software, there's a lot more interest, right? I see a hand yet? No, okay. Raise them, because I'll answer the questions if I can. So here's another thing about Google Insights. How many of you that use Google Insights are consistent looking at the top searches and rising searches? If you are not, this is how, at least in our business, you can take advantage of hot trends while other people still have their hand on their back congratulating themselves about the rankings that they've gotten. We're looking into rising searches. So this is going to start telling me what words are getting hot automatically. Great. This is free. Nobody pays for it. It's free. Why would you not go do this? I don't know. All right. 2 other things that you guys should see when you put this up is I took the word CRM, dropped it in. Yeah, stuff comes back. So what? See the little new plus Google there? If you see that, what that's telling you is that you can add these things to your iGoogle. How many people here use iGoogle? Anybody? You might want to start using it today if you don't. Basically, every time you load Google, if you're logged in, iGoogle will show you all the things getting hot in your industry. How many times a day do you use Google? Average. 10, 15, 20, 30, right? How many times do you look at rising searches in your industry a day, a week, a month? Maybe once, maybe not at all. A lot of you didn't even raise your hands when I showed you that this existed. So wouldn't it be great? You have to put yourself in a position to be able to take advantage of all the data that's going through and the valuable data that's going through. So all you do, you just subscribe to them in your iGoogle. And now every time you log in, it's going to tell you what's getting hot in your industry. Every time you search Google, you're going to see this if you're logged in, if you're using iGoogle. This is how, while all of your competition is out there congratulating themselves about the great job that they've done on search, this is how you zoom right by them, because the terms they're trying to optimize for, especially the big ones, are going down, while you're like, oh, I now know which ones are going up and are getting hot recently. This usually updates about every 30 days. You can change the intervals, but I think I usually have them set to either 30 or 90. Now, at least in e-commerce, one of our clients sells snowboards. This is how you find the new hot designer on the street that nobody knows about yet. So while all your competition is optimizing for Burton snowboards, the guys that bought Burton snowboards 10 years ago are now like, no, no, they sold out. These are the new companies that I'm really interested in. If you're not following a trend like this, how are you going to know that's happening in your industry? How do you guys know? Do you read every press release that comes out in your industry from every one of your competitors to look at every word they're using and drop them into Google to see how often they're searched? No, that doesn't make any sense. But if you do it this way, it's going to save you a ton of time, and it might even help you get a raise.